Functional medicine is actually more of an approach to health than it is an actual medical discipline. In this video, I want to give you my top 10 benefits of accessing functional medicine. What can it do for you? How can it help you improve your overall health and wellness, especially as it pertains to more specific conditions that might range from mild to moderate to severe and complex. So, after this video, you can access the information that I'm going to give you by visiting our website at taoholistics.com to check out this free resource that's going to give you the top 10 benefits of functional medicine. Ready? Here it goes. Now, the first thing about functional medicine that you should know is that it does involve a holistic approach. Holism refers to acknowledging something as a whole, not simply looking at your disease or your condition or your illness or your symptoms. You are much more than that. Your overall health really is a myriad of so many different facets of your wellness, your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, how spiritually connected you feel to something larger than yourself, how connected you feel to your authentic true self. There are so many things besides your physiological health that impact your overall wellness picture. So functional medicine does offer a holistic approach that really takes everything into account. It's not just about how you're feeling in your body, but it's also about your lifestyle choices, your nutrition, whether or not you enjoy getting up and going to your job or being in your relationship, or so many different things. It really does run the gamut, and functional medicine offers a unique approach to helping people transform their health on more levels than they actually expected to initially. And you know, for so long, there are a lot of holistic practitioners such as myself who have been practicing functional medicine to an extent before it was ever even a thing. And so it isn't always about the next discipline or the latest, greatest modality, but it's about incorporating that into a larger picture of holism that really takes your entire person, your entire self into account. Number 2, personalized care. This is one of my favorite parts of practicing functional medicine, is that even though as a practitioner I do have staple protocols, staple herbal products and formulas and supplements that I typically will recommend because a lot of people are dealing with very similar underlying issues. However, I get the opportunity to personalize that care specific to that person's needs. We're all biochemically unique, and if you were to run everyone's lab work, do a blood test and see everyone's lab panels, you would see that we all function very differently. And then that manifests as feeling differently in the body. Two people could have the same identical condition in terms of labels or in terms of a diagnosis, but their output can look very different. Your mental outlook has a lot to do with your progression in a condition, or whether or not you can correct and reverse it. And so personalizing care is truly practicing a form of lifestyle medicine that really helps us to target specific needs directly to what you need in that moment. Number 3, root cause identification. Another one of my favorite things, this is one of those things that I've been working towards and have made it my life's work since I started practicing herbalism as an herbalist. And so way before functional medicine became a part of my life, I was always striving for getting to the root, getting to the underlying causes of a person's health problems, health issues. And I'll be completely honest, most of us have several underlying causes or triggers or antecedents, things that came before, things that may be hereditary. Doesn't mean that you have to subscribe to genetic things that have happened in your ancestral lineage, but there are so many things that impact our health, and getting to the underlying cause is truly the goal, because this is what helps to stop, not only to stop or to halt a condition from progressing, but this is what helps keep you in a place of healing where your body can now heal itself and knows how to self-correct when it does feel out of balance. The body is always striving for homeostasis. Number 4, prevention and wellness promotion. So this one's pretty general. You can pretty much already assume that as a part of any holistic protocol or modality, the name of the game here is let's get yourself well so that you can then prevent future occurrences of health problems. And also, education is a huge component of my practice and what I do. And in terms of functional medicine in general, education is truly important, because if I send you home with $200 worth of products, but I don't explain why, I don't share the how, and I really don't give you the information that you need to be sustainable and to continue that, I mean, your results may be great in the beginning, but then they're going to fall off, and then they may become marginal at best, because you need that underlying foundation to help give you some context so you understand why you're doing what you're doing. So functional medicine is great for health prevention, but of course, a lot of us are already in the thick of it, and so that is where the personalized care comes in. But once you're on the mend, it's all about educating yourself, becoming more empowered so that you can regain control of your own health and wellness. And adding a functional medicine practitioner to your medical team or to your team of health advocates can be a true diamond in this equation, because it really helps us collaborate, which is another reason the functional medicine is really effective. But it really helps us collaborate on a larger level, so that we can advocate for you and really help you reach the goals that you're looking to reach. Number 5, integrative and complementary therapies. So if you've ever worked with any kind of holistic practitioner, chances are they didn't only use one modality. They more than likely fused several different approaches into their system or into their framework of working with you. When it comes to complementary therapies, one word that I always avoid if I'm speaking of it is alternative. You can sometimes, complementary alternative medicine is a thing, CAM, it's called CAM for short. You can get a degree in complementary alternative medicine, and there's nothing wrong with it per se, but I prefer integrative and complementary versus alternative. There's nothing alternative about holistic health. That is the original form of healing, is taking a holistic view. There's nothing alternative about herbalism and using herbal medicine to help heal the body or the energetic field or the mind or the spiritual wellness. That is Earth's original medicine. That is one of the original forms of medicine since the very beginning of time. So there's nothing alternative about that. But functional medicine does offer integrative and complementary therapies. We may use lab testing, specific types of lab testing that you wouldn't get at your traditional provider's office. We may incorporate that into a protocol. There are just so many different facets of functional medicine that I enjoy, and this is one of those one of the most clinically visible parts of functional medicine, is when you, the client, when you understand that your practitioner is using several different approaches or modalities to really integrate different ways of helping you heal. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to healing. There's no one pill, no one magic capsule. There's no magic bullet to just getting to your end result. And so being able to incorporate complementary therapies, and that could look like herbalism. That could look like energy healing. It could also include holistic nutrition, so many different things, massage therapy, reflexology, acupuncture. I mean, the list goes on and on. All right, number 6, client-empowered care. Now, I touched on this earlier. Empowering you is one of my ultimate goals, because you're not a robot, right? You're human. And so if I am sharing with you my professional opinion in terms of how you can best serve yourself, serve your health, you've got to feel empowered. There has to be some intrinsic motivation starting off. Inside, you need to be motivated to seek out this kind of care. But once you get going, we're here to further empower you, along with the education, to coach you along and to guide you, because we all slip, we all kind of get off track, and we're here to help you stay the course so that you reach the goals that you are looking to reach. Number 7, collaboration and coordination. I did touch on this just a moment ago. It's all about building that health team. Some people have a health team of 1. or two. It really depends on your goal, your focus, and also your level of knowledge and how willing you are to get in there and do a lot of this DIY. Some of you are really looking for someone to hold your hand and guide you through the process, and that's where I come in. But there are a lot of you who also are into doing it yourself. And I really appreciate the spirit of wanting to do something yourself, because you are putting yourself in the driver's seat. You are empowering yourself to make your own choices. And I believe that in functional medicine, we can marry those two and we can have a union, a relationship where you are doing the things yourself, you're doing the work, you're learning how to do a little bit of research on your own, but you also have a strong team to help you. We also can collaborate with your existing providers. If you're getting a little pushback from a provider on a supplement or on a lab test that we're recommending, that's where we come in. We can easily collaborate with your existing team to make sure that we're all on the same page to get you where you need to be. Number 8, long-term health optimization. Listen, if you know anything about me and my work, my ultimate goal is longevity. You can't get increased longevity without caring for your health and your well-being. So it's not about fast-tracking ourselves to longevity or to living a longer life. None of us know the day nor the hour that we're going to breathe our last breath, but while we are here, our goal should be to live as long as we can healthfully, and that is one of the things that I appreciate about functional medicine, is that it's not about having you simply manage your condition, which we'll talk about in a moment, but it's about helping you rise above it and to actually correct your condition. And so I really appreciate the concept of longevity and instilling that in my clients' minds, because your mindset is really one of the major things that's going to be a catalyst in your healing. Number 9, chronic disease management. So I typically refer to disease as dis-ease because it is technically dis-ease in the body. But most often you'll probably hear me refer to a dis-ease as a condition or a health illness or a health problem. And the reason is, words are very powerful and we give meaning to the words that we say. And I am all for taking a more positive outlook and really shifting that subconscious to look at something through a new lens. So yes, functional medicine does help people with chronic illnesses manage them much more easily. But again, the goal is to help you correct or reverse these. Now, there are people who have had long-standing chronic conditions for many, many years. For some people, most of their life, as far back as they can remember, possibly even dating back to childhood. So if you've dealt with something like multiple sclerosis or rheumatoid arthritis or Lyme disease from a very early age, or just for several years and it has really absorbed much of your life, functional medicine can absolutely help you manage. But remember, the end goal is to rise above that and to correct and to drastically reduce and correct most of your symptoms that you're experiencing, and also the underlying bodily processes that are contributing to those symptoms manifesting to begin with. And finally, number 10, evidence-informed practice. So don't take my word for it. Anything that I've said in this video, anything that you've heard me say or will hear me say in the future if you ever attend a class or workshop with me is, it's really important to remember that there are so many people whose shoulders we stand on. All of the scientists, the researchers, the indigenous peoples, the natives, those are the people who I honor and cherish and respect, and this is a team effort. There's no one researcher, no one scientist. I don't care if you've won the Nobel Peace Prize. We are all in this together, and it's all about relying on the data that we found through evidence-informed research, through studies, but we cannot rule out those native and indigenous experiences and things that have been taken down and have followed us throughout history. There is definitely something to be said about indigenous peoples who have literally created entire systems of medicine around plants. So I tend to incorporate that into my protocols, into my research on a regular basis. There is no clinical study that I'm going to read without also simultaneously understanding a possible native or indigenous use or application or exploration of that very same topic. And so functional medicine does include a very high amount of evidence-informed materials, because there's been so much research, and it's been driving so many results, so many great outcomes with people's health, especially those with chronic illness, and even chronic complex conditions where you have multiple things going on at once. Because it's evidence informed, it is a lot easier for some people to digest, especially if you're looking for a lot of science-backed data. So that's that. Now, if you're interested in a holistic framework to help you heal on a physical level, also mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. And sometimes we don't know what we don't know. So you may have zero idea that your bioenergetic field, that your energy centers, that your energetic health is a little off or needs some balancing. So we don't know what we don't know, but you do know how you feel in your body. And so take a moment to sit back and just listen to the way that you feel at different times during the day. Take a moment to tune in, tap in with yourself, give yourself, even if it's 5 minutes of solitude, tap in, see how you're feeling, listen to what your body's telling you. If you have a pain or something that's happening that's sending messages and you're like, oh, that hurts, or I'm noticing this, that is not a coincidence. That is a sign. It is a sign for you to pay more attention. It is a sign for you to become more proactive and for you to find that intrinsic motivation inside for you to regain control of your health. For some of you, you've never been able to be in that driver's seat. And that's why I'm here, to help put you back in the driver's seat, regain control of your health and wellness, and really see that there is another way. So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one or in a group program, visit towholistics.com. Make sure that you leave your email, subscribe, so that way you know exactly when we are launching new products or new programs to help you reach your highest state of health. At Tao Holistics, I truly believe that we are offering a higher dimension of healing. And so I welcome you to visit us online. Thank you for listening. My name is Cicely Everson, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.